What's up? Yeah, look, I got an old school Kizer. Look at this box. Come on, man. I mean, definitely a secondary market purchase. It's got a little bit of, I don't know, wear on the corner of the box here. It's a ki3306. And I'm excited for it because I know what's in here. I'm not familiar with the knife, but the original cleaning cloth and the paperwork's in there. It was repped as a new knife, never carried. And so we'll check that out. But look at this. It's a Backlock Kizer. Come on, man. Pocket clip only goes tip down. Got some lint under there. Where is that? There we go. It's got decent tension. But yeah, it's a Backlock. It's got this odd anodizing, like an orange peel surface with some anodized, like supposed to be some kind of camo. Yellows and purples, I guess. Looks pretty cool. Well, let's run this blade. Is it gonna flick or nah? That's pretty tight. Yeah, let's just take it. Let's two-hand it. I'm not familiar with a Kizer backlock. Oh, boy, was that good. Really smooth. Let's look at this blade. Alsate stonewash steel. So, I mean, it's not top, map of the earth steel or whatever, but definitely a factory edge on it. I don't see any wear marks. Let's look at, I want to look at the front of this knife. Yeah, I don't see any wear there. If it had been going in and out of the pocket, you'd see wear here. The pocket clip doesn't show any wear. I mean, I think the knife was represented properly. Yeah, well, let's move this out of the way. Interesting. Wonder if it. Oh, okay. Pretty smooth. If I dig in, can I flick it? No. And that's you got to be careful because that's dangerous because you only get to there, and then you got the sharp parts right there where your fingers are trying to run. What about Spidey flick? Nah. But it is really smooth. And when I disengage it, it does drop to my finger. Yeah, look at it. I guess that what that tells me is that there's a lot of tension being created there. And that's what's keeping that blade from slinging out there. Oh, solid as a rock. Come on, man. Kizer backlock. Come on, man. There's somebody that watches that says whenever I say, come on, man, that they have to take a shot of Jack. So, I mean, I think you owe me like 4 or 5 shots already in this video. So, come on, man, you got to catch up. Keep up, buddy. All right. Hey, let's take this apart. I noticed that there's no machining in the pivot on this side. So it'll be interesting to see if I can flip it. But on this kind of knife, it doesn't really matter because there's no tension whether I come down there or come down here. So with that said, I think I'm just going to disassemble from this side. I'll just pull this top scale off. Kind of like a cold steel. Everything comes off the show side here. I think I'm spinning. That's all right. Let's get an assist. The other side screw came out. And then I dropped it. All right, well, let me pick that up. And then I stopped my camera. Okay, let me pick up the screw. Got it. All right. Yeah. The wrong side came out, but I should be able to pull this off of there now. Let's see. I'm gonna get a pry bar. Let's try this one. Yep, there it goes. And there, that one come off too. Big washers, they definitely need to be polished. Looking at them. I'll probably hold on to this and put that in from the other side. Yeah, I mean, standard stuff in here. I don't see anything crazy. Definitely a fair amount of oil in here. I think it's been oiled. But we're going to clean it up and then polish. I think it's double. Or my eyes are playing tricks on me. Is there two of these? Yeah. So there's two brass washers on that side. And is there two on this side? Well, and there's only one on this side. So I need to remember that this one goes on the pocket clip scale. Yep. And I need to probably keep track of which one that is as well, because it may be a different thickness. It's a fair piece dirty in here. All right, well, I think the first thing I want to do is try to get this out of there. So I'm going to get a towel and I'm going to grab that with some pliers and see if I can't get that screw out of there. There, we got it. And is that captured? No. I'm going to put it on this side. Okay. All right. So this scale is complete now that I can build upon to put everything back together. So now let's do some wiping. Let's get some cleaning done. A little housekeeping. I mean, for the knife being so new, it's kind of dirty in here. It's definitely oily. And that could just be, somebody trying to improve the action, put a little oil on it. And I think this is a hollow ground blade. Now that I'm looking at it up close. Oh, 100% that is. Yeah. Nice little hollow ground blade. That's a bonus. And so the spring that works the lock is also the backspacer. Right there. Pretty cool. And it's definitely, I'd say it's adjustable, but I'm pretty sure that's titanium. So yeah, it's adjustable, but probably not much because titanium, albeit you can bend it, not much. And then clearly this would be steel. Yep. And it would lock up in there. Really nice positive lockup on this knife. I like it. All right. Well, the pivot, I believe, is only going to go one way because it's captured. Yeah, it is. And I forgot to wipe this off. All right, let's wipe off the washers and then we'll polish them. I'm kind of surprised to find one on one side and two on the other. Seems like a off balance situation, but okay. I'm going to grab my purple 6000 grit belt. If there was a burr on this one, it wasn't much because that thing run pretty smooth on that belt right out of the gate on that side. Let's check this side. Yeah, same thing on this side. Pretty smooth washer overall. Yep. This one too. It might have had a slight little burr on there, but if it did, it went away really quickly. Polished up really nice. Same thing on this side. Pretty smooth washers. Same with this one on this side, no burr. Polished up really quick. Yep. Same with this one. So, I mean, the washers were really flat, nice washers. Just polished them a little bit, make them a little slick. I'm going to put the pivot in. I think I'm going to pull that pocket clip just because the fact that that's on there is going to make this thing 10 times harder to put back together and get tuned properly. So I'll just get it out of the way. Honestly, probably motivate me to put a little tension on that. And I can also check that screw. That screw's nice and tight. Okay. Let's get this pivot back in. And it faces up like so. All right. The slick stuff. A little bit here. blade. Oh, it feels smooth as glass, man. We've got to get this lock in here too. Pretty easy. All right. Now, I should be able to just press this scale down on top of all that. I think just like that. And I'm going to put one of these in. I'm going to put this one in back here. Let's see what's up. Oh my goodness, that's snappy. And lockup, I mean, wow. It's definitely a tight washer action, which I mean that in all the positive ways. Yeah, I'm too tight there. That's a contact tight. If I take the lock out of the equation, the blade's pretty free. I might be just a hair too tight. Nah, that's correct. The question that I have, and why I'm not in a big hurry to put it back together, is do I want to take a little bit of tension out of that lock? Because there's a ton of tension here. It's not hard to disengage, and it's not hard to open with two hands. But the question I'm having is, if I mess with that lock, could I get this to where I could slow roll that knife out there? I think I'm going to try. I'm going to take a look at it and see what possibly I could do. Okay. So this tension up is what creates that. So I'm going to look at this, I'm going to pay attention to this gap right here, and I'm going to try to make that gap a little wider. Let's get a towel assist. Hmm. I wonder. Huh. Well, it's definitely kind of what I was talking about is, that stuff is springy, and so you can bend it, but it has a real tendency to go right back to where you got it from. So, I mean, I flexed on it. I think I'm going to leave well enough alone because, boy, if I broke that, I would be one unhappy camper because I'm not sure that I could get another. So, I think I'm going to call that good and put it back together. Okay. Now, gotta get that pivot lined up. I mean, I don't think I changed it at all. I think it's exactly the same. So it's not bad, but man, that's the side of me that just goes, if I could lighten that up a little, it'd be perfect. It's pretty solid. It don't need to be changed. I do need to get all the screws in there before I tune it though, because the back tension can affect the front tension, and I definitely want maximum tension in the back here, and then I can do less in the front. Oh, almost got it. How about it? Yeah. Man, does this knife lock up. And then if I get that lock out of the way, it drops shut. trying to decide if I want oil on that action right there. And I don't think I do. I think I'm just going to let that wear metal to metal. All right, pocket clip. I think I'm going to put a little tension on it since I got it out. Why not? Not a lot. I'm not going to make it a monster clip or a combat clip, but I think it was a little loose. There we go. Let's go with that. Nice recessed into the titanium scales. And these tiny little screws, definitely want to put the back screw in first. Oh yeah. Very cool. Well, let's grade that action. Man, I had a lot of stuff going on there. All right. I mean, kind of drop shut. Definitely a two-handed knife to get it open. Locks up super tight. Unlocks really easy. I mean, it's not an over amount of tension here. And the way that this locks up, I'm going to say it's right on the money. Oh, pardon me. So, I mean, as far as that action goes, I mean, I'm going to give it... I just have to give it a B+. I mean, as far as a backlock, it's pretty nice. But I just feel like it could be better. And I'm not willing to mess with that spring mechanism any further than I already have. It'd be nice, especially with this fuller, if I could spidey flick the knife, you know, and just the tension on this lock is just enough that it's not going to allow me to function. Like right there, the action's wonderful. It's just the tension of this lock, man. It's solid. So I mean, I'm gonna give it a B. It's good. It's better than a C, which would be average, but it's not. It doesn't approach greatness at all. It does drop to close. It's just unfortunately, you're forced into a two-handed knife with that action. Ergonomics, I mean, pretty solid. I'm kind of locked in behind here. Not so confident, very confident. Unfortunately, I'm going to come up quite a bit short of a confident grip. Just the nature of this knife, the ergonomics are built into it, I don't feel super locked in. It's got a nice little kind of a harp. It's got a decent harpoon platform there, and I can choke up right here. This is pretty comfortable. This definitely not confident though. Reverse grip, yeah, I can cap it. I can definitely reverse grip this. It's solid. The pocket clip falls under my fingers, and I can get here. I just can't cap it as well. Let's check that pocket clip now. I put the tension in it. I think it's going to be awesome. Hold that knife super tight in the pocket. Yeah, on the thick stuff. Yeah, that's a F5 clip, man. That ain't going nowhere. Yep, standard jean size material. It's a dryer clip. I mean, wonderful tension on this clip now. And in the back pocket, Yeah, I could go for a tussle. I mean, it's got a ton of tension on it. Maybe slightly too much. Yeah, it's really tight. It's going to hold wherever you put that. That's where it's going to be when you go looking for it. Safety, it's really down to the tip, and the tip's not exposed. So the clip's good, tip's good, and definitely can handle this knife any way and not catch that blade. On the bottom side, blade retention, yeah, it's nice. It's tucked in there. That same strong lock spring that is helping that lock out and causing it to be a two-handed knife is also going to hold that blade in there. Um, let's check that steel, that Alce 8. It almost looks like it's got something on it, but it is a hollow grind and it needs work. So let's do it. Do it to it. I think I'm going to hit it here on the ceramic real quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that ceramic is biting something. I thought I could felt it. I thought I could felt it. I thought I could feel it. How about that? Sounds a little better. Yeah, man, that is making a lot of noise going across that ceramic. Yeah, it's a remedy. Been resolved. Oh, that little work sharp. Yeah, it just had a ton of burr on it, but now it's super sharp. I mean, price and availability. I do know that KnifeWorks has this knife, and I think it's like 79 bucks. So you can, I think this is available. Like I say, knifeworks.com, I think has this knife in inventory. Yeah. Because knifeworks.com carries some of these old Kizers. There's a few old ones over there. Like they carry a bunch of Kizers, but they have a few of these old ones. So if you're interested in a backlock Kizer, the KI, what did I say? 3306? Is that what it is? Yeah, KI3306. You can check out knifeworks.com, and I believe they may have one of these in stock. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Pretty cool. Definitely off the beaten path. And as a Kizer collector, I had to get it. See ya.